and hello. Thank you very much for joining me today. How are you doing? Yes, I do have ears. I was sitting on the toilet yesterday and this glorious TikTok appeared on my phone. Things in the US that almost put my German ass into a coma. Instant video reaction, obviously. I don't know if these are good or bad things. Put my ass into a coma. But yeah, that could go either way. I don't know what that means. But I also don't know how long this is. It's one of those slideshow TikToks. Okay, I don't know if you TikTok, but there's slideshows sometimes. It does have audio, like. Okay, you hear the audio? It's actually my favorite audio. I love that audio. Anyway, let's go through these. Free soda refills. Oh, yeah. They looked at me weird because I declined. When I declined because I thought they were going to charge me. You declined. I would like to see how that went down because usually they just bring you a new refill. That's how it works 90% of the time. They just bring you one when yours is getting to this level right here or lower. No, thank you. No, thank you. No more soda. It's like, what do you mean no? No one's ever said no before. This is America. Are you like watching your weight? Drink the soda. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Times Square. Got so oh god, these are going quick. I like the music, but I feel like it would get annoying after a while. Let's see. Times Square got so overwhelmed I had to leave immediately. Leave immediately? You can't just leave Times Square. By the time you get there, you're there. You know, there's no quick way out. So overwhelmed. Interesting. I always wonder, is this not like at all comparable to like the center of Berlin? I mean, I know Times Square, it's pretty epic. It is very epic. Just how unique is it though? I genuinely don't know. There's a ton of people. It's very bustling, very loud, smelly. A lot of advertisements, you know? I guess it's probably the most overwhelming place on Earth, potentially, huh? Or one of them. Okay, that's cool. I think that's I don't know if that's good or bad, honestly. I don't know. Depends if you like that kind of thing or not. I mean, if you had to leave immediately, I guess that's not necessarily fantastic. Grocery bags getting packed for you at Trader Joe's. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny because back in the day, everywhere used to pack your grocery bags. I mean, I'm old enough to remember there was a bag boy, you know, at the end of there was a cashier. Then the groceries would go down the belt even further to the bag boy after they get scanned. He would bag them all for you, put them in your cart. Nowadays, nix the bag boy. You got to increase the profit. You got to increase the bottom line. Can't pay for the bag boy anymore. So nowadays, the cashier will bag it for you. They just gave that job to the cashier. Or you'll bag it yourself, actually. There's a lot of self-checkout as well. So that's interesting. If it blew your mind in 2025, then it would have blew your mind in 2005, because that was the peak of bag boys. There were no bag girls, just bag boys. Everyone being incredibly kind to you. The cashier at TJ Maxx complimented my hat. Shit. And that made my entire day. I mean, that's so true, isn't it? It's so true that just one compliment can really lift you up, especially as men. I don't know if this is a man. Let me see. No, this is a woman. Well, women get complimented a lot here in America, okay? Men, not so much. But that just means, you know, if you get complimented as a man, that'll make your whole year, maybe your whole life. Might save your life. Compliment men, guys. Make them feel something inside. As long as they're not creepy. They might follow you home. The prices. What do you mean I have to pay $5 for water at McDonald's? You don't. It's free. What is this talking about? This was in the Bahamas, though, so my fault. In the Bahamas? Why are we talking about the Bahamas? I genuinely don't understand this slide. I'm still trying to, I'm just sitting here trying to think about it. Why are we talking about the Bahamas? Water is actually famously free here in America. You know what I mean? It's famously like, it's just tap water with ice. But, it's free. So I don't get this one. Now, if you're in the Bahamas and they're going to rip you off for everything, then yeah, sure, maybe it's $5. I don't know. The gap in the toilet stalls. And this is not even as bad as the other ones I've seen. Oh no, that's a pretty tight gap right there. That's an appropriate gap, just big enough for you to see a sliver of a human being inside the toilet. You know it's occupied. Because obviously the technology's not there for the lock to just display on the other side of the door whether or not it's occupied or not. So you need a gap. I don't know what you guys do in the rest of the world to figure out if the toilet's in use. Target. Okay, Target. Yeah, this is a woman. I actually genuinely don't know what the big deal is about Target. For women, women love Target. Men don't love Target. So I'm just like, okay, Target. Yeah, it's like Walmart, but red and cleaner. With a slightly smaller selection. And more beauty products. There you go. That's Target. I guess if you don't have Walmart, then Target might seem interesting. But women love it. Can't explain it. Chick-fil-A. Hell yeah. Took home 2 huge bottles of Chick-fil-A sauce. What do they put in that stuff? I have no idea. Probably nothing good for you. But Chick-fil-A is top tier. And as far as fast food goes, I don't think it's that bad for you. Now, that's an American talking, obviously. I'm pulling up a picture of the nuggets so I can, explain my rationale here. First of all, the nuggets are not like McNuggets. They're actual chicken. Believe it or not. And they actually do also have grilled nuggets, which actually look kind of more fake. But the breaded nuggets, does anybody have a picture? There we go. The inside is actual chicken. Wow, shocking. You can see the fibers. And the breading is not thick, which typically, I don't know how Chick-fil-A does it. Typically, if the breading is like thin and not fully coating the nugget, like you can see some bare spots, then that's bad. It doesn't taste good. It's weird. It's slimy. At Chick-fil-A, no idea what they do, but it's a very thin, minimal breading. So it's mostly chicken, and it tastes amazing. So it's probably terrible for you, but, by American standards, I think and by fast food standards, it doesn't feel that bad for you. Chick-fil-A, though. Is that only in America? That's pretty cool. Not being able to drink. Being from a country where the legal age to drink beer and wine is 16. What do you mean I could buy a gun, but I can't drink? Could you buy a gun as a... Oh, you know what? That's interesting. Can you buy a gun? I don't think you could buy a gun. If you're a foreigner and you come to America. I need to look that up. There's probably some kind of loopholes where you could buy a gun because you could buy one in a private sale, huh? Probably. Generally, non-U.S. citizens admitted on a non-immigrant visa cannot purchase or possess firearms in the U.S. unless they meet specific exemptions. Okay. An alien admitted for lawful hunting or sporting purposes. can possess. Okay. So generally, no, you can't buy a gun. I mean, I guess what they're saying is Americans can buy a gun at 18 years old, but not drink alcohol. True. Facts. That is facts. I mean, putting the gun thing aside, I think it's ridiculous that the age to drink is 21. It should be 18. It used to be 18. And these laws only ever go up, you know? Like smoking cigarettes, it used to be 18. Up until just a couple of years ago. Now it's 21, just like drinking. Like, you're either an adult at 18 or you're not. And as far as the law goes here in America, you're an adult. You're a full-blown ass adult. You can go fight in the military. You can go die. You can sign a contract. You can sign away your life on some horrible loan or contract. You're a full-ass grown person. So for Uncle Sam to tell you you can't drink alcohol, I think is horrible. And un-American, frankly. Totally un-American. How's it the land of the free if you can't choose to drink a beer as a full-grown ass man or woman? Americans being so easy to talk to. I need to turn on the sound a little bit, you know. Okay. So easy to talk to. Had an hour-long convo with our Uber driver. She called me sweetheart. That made me laugh. Just because that's so... Yeah. You're going to get called sweetheart by random people. That's America, I guess. That's a good thing, right? This is a good thing, I think. Yay! You know, it's good. We need some good things. I need to hear some good things about America. Every once in a while, guys. In 2025, that's rare to come across. New York City. I mean, okay, that's kind of a cop-out. That's kind of like Times Square. So, I don't know. This one, do I count it as its own thing? Okay, New York City, pretty badass. Boiled peanuts. Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now. I'm not a peanut connoisseur. So, I have boiled peanuts? I didn't know peanuts were boiled. Man, I feel kind of stupid. Boiled peanuts? What does boiling them do? It's a southern delicacy. I've never had this. How embarrassing. I've never even heard of that. Damn. And I mean, I live in the Midwest, which is kind of like the South. So that's pretty embarrassing. I'm going to have to try that. The food. I don't care about Red 40 or MSG or whatever. This was the best hot dog of my life. I hate hot dogs. I hate mustard. I hate, like, just plain mustard. Like, super, I don't know how to describe it. Super processed mustard. I guess all mustard is processed. I hate ketchup. You know what it is? I mean, I'm probably weird for this, but any condiment that is just one color all throughout, totally homogeneous, I don't like that. I think that's gross. Feels wrong to me. I know that's weird. So I don't know what to say about that. And I don't like hot dogs. So I wish I could be proud in this moment, but I'm not. Like, if you're going to talk about the food, I mean, if you'd put like a smoked brisket here or something, I'd be like, yeah. Like a really nice rack of ribs or a really good smash burger. Now we're talking. But okay, I'm glad you like the hot dog. Ranch, the nastiest thing I've ever tasted. What? Ranch is the nastiest thing you've ever tasted. What happened? Oh, God. That is... I've never heard anyone say that before. Whether or not this is good for you, no, it's horrible for you. But as far as the taste, It's really good. Maybe like, and I'm not even you you can't even say that's because I grew up with it because I actually was a picky eater growing up, so I never even tried ranch until I was like 25. And I was like, "Oh shit. This is good. This is really good." So, I have to hard disagree there. New York City bagels. Why is it green? Levain cookies. I don't these like cookie there's a craze right now in America of cookies. There's these super expensive cookie places. I've never even heard of this one. Maybe this whole thing's just a secret ad for this cookie place. That's how I'm feeling right now. Like, what? What is this? Levain cookies. They look good. They certainly do look unhealthy and good. But there's like a craze. I'm sure this cookie costs, $12. And I don't do that. I don't pay $12 for a cookie. It's a principle. I stand on principles. And that's one of my main principles. No cookie is worth more than $2. The squirrels in New York. Can you tell that they've become acclimated to the humans? They know how to beg for change and peanuts, boiled peanuts. Might visit again when y'all get a different president. I appreciate that, I appreciate that. That's like an optimistic outlook, in my opinion. That's about as optimistic as you can say. I just have to say this comment right here. I just expanded the comments. Restaurant ranch, supermarket ranch. That's actually true. So maybe I should have specified. It's true. Supermarket ranch has nothing on restaurant ranch. You need to get ranch at a restaurant. Heavy on the last slide. We don't blame you one bit. Oh, is this the last slide? Let's see. That's funny. But I'm saying that's actually kind of like, I appreciate that because a lot of people would say, I'm never going back. Yeah, this is the last slide. A lot of people would say, I'm never going to America. But it's like, granted, Trump is going to try apparently to run for a third term, which is totally unconstitutional. And no self-respecting American would vote for any president for a third term. Given that it's now in the Constitution. It used to not be, but it has been for many years, many decades. Yeah. Anyway. I assume he will lose horribly. Maybe that's naive. I don't know. I mean, I assume he won't even, I don't know. That's a whole different conversation. I don't know. I guess there's loopholes like JD Vance might run and then Trump will just like be his puppet master. They basically, like he said that. How insane is that he actually suggested that? Anyway. That ended on a little bit of a depressing note, but that was very interesting. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.